Good morning, friends. Once again, we are going to see the poem Epileptic. This poem is presenting a family incident, and that incident present the horror in every family member. So, we have to see in this slide the analysis of the poem. The poem involves a family outing. A family of four goes out on a rickshaw to children, a husband, and a wife with a child on his own. On the way, the woman is suddenly affected by fits. Her body shivers. She loses her consciousness. The children move away rapidly from her. People who are there on the way rush for help. They come out with suggestions. As we know, in day-to-day life, in such mischief, we suggest a lot. We try to help the other. So in that way, people are suggesting, people are helping to the family. A person even remarks that it comes in the cyclic form as that of menstrual cycle. It is the problem of women, and it happen in day-to-day life, in the life of women. The husband places a gag in between. A gag means what we can say a cloth, wounded. We cannot say wounded, but wrapped cloth, gag in between her teeth after forcing her mouth open. Then the traffic comes to a stop as if a mischief has occurred. Mischief means an accident. Later, she is taken to hospital. She is treated there. The physician, doctors, uses several terms to describe her medical condition. He also prescribes medicine. The terms uttered by the physician put the husband in a state of shock. The poem involves a minor incident, but it conveys more on the psyche of the husband. Husband got the shock by listening the suggestion, what we can say, presented by the doctors. Moreover, it also brings out the violence in its crude form. In this poem, the violence works at various levels. The violence is psychological, sociological, physical, individual, and even sexual. So, violence is the main theme of this poem. See, psychological violence, the husband got the shock by observing the condition of his wife. Both children who are on the in the rickshaw got frightened. Psychologically, they also terrific, and so violence of psychology or psychological violence is there in the mind of children also. Rickshaw driver, we can say, or rickshaw puller, we can say, he is also shocked because in the poem it is said that he did not observe such kind of incident before it. So it is too much to him. So it is a psychological violence to the rickshaw driver also. It is also sociological violence because all the passerbys, or we can say pedestrians, we are coming there, they are suggesting so many things, they are saying unwanted things. Some of them are trying to help the woman, they are rubbing the feet of that woman, they are doing each kind, or what we can say, every kind of help to the woman. So at the level of society, it is shock to that family. Now physical violence is also there, because physically that woman is treated badly by the society as well as the doctors. Means what we can say, the private things, we can say, the family things are become private things, are become what we can say public. So individual, at the level of individual, it is a violence. And lexical violence are also there, not a sexual, sorry, lexical, because the poet have used such kind of words in this poem to present this incident. So lexical violence is also there in this poem. See, the theme of violence is there. The husband suffers from violence right from the beginning to the end of the poem. Violence is there, or what you can say, the husband is frightened from the beginning to the end. He has to undergo several tortures. He has to undergo several tortures. He has to undergo several tortures even before reaching the hospital. After reaching the hospital, his case is even worse, as the physician bombards him with terms associated with her illness. Finally, he is very much shocked and he trembles. The wife undergoes more physical trauma, and also she faces embarrassment in the public. Her privacy is also invaded in the public. The violence affects the psyche of the family. Finally, after regaining her awareness, the wife's trauma is more evident as her feature undergoes a sudden change, expressing a sense of extraordinary disappointment. Her reaction is presented through the reaction of the husband, as a limp awareness slouched along her face. I found it was the husband who was shaking. See, this last line is the line uttered by the observer or a speaker of this poem. So, speaker is not one of the character in this poem. The incident affects the husband more. He has to undergo greater stress and trauma. The incident psychologically affects the whole family. The children plunge into a sense of insecurity. The incident also casts a spell of fear on the children. The entire family has been put together to jeopardy, as the privacy of the whole family is invaded in the public. Not only does it affect the family, but also the person who carried them, the rickshaw puller. The invasion of the privacy is acute when one of the persons in the crowd referred to the menstrual cycle of the wife. It inflicts a psychological wound on the husband. Thank you. This is the summary, the theme, and what we can say, the analysis of this poem.